What's up, you guys? Welcome to the 97 Demo Podcast, where we give you the latest in music news, and a whole bunch along the way. Gentlemen, we have reached our first interview of our new season 3.
Yes, season 2022.
Season 3, year 3. Oh,
year 3.
Ooh, right.
That's a lucky number.
We of course brought back our profile series, and today we have a really dope interview lined up. But before we get to that, I'm one of your 3 hosts, Nnamdi, joined by my 2 co-host
Nnamdi
and Avery Delal.
And one thing we've talked a lot about on this podcast, and I think that we've all generally noticed, is that over the last couple of years, there's been this sort of new wave, or I guess reemergence of Black talent in, I think, genres where they haven't traditionally gotten major pushes or big support. So that's like indie pop, rock, alternative, there's been so many kind of new artists doing that. And we talked about some of them on the podcast, like Joy Ladoku and Defense of My Happiness was one of my favorite albums last year. We interviewed Barty Strange, of course, who definitely, I think, had big success with Live Forever. Eve's Tumor, Meet Me at the Altar. There's just you're seeing a lot of support behind acts that are sort of reminding folks that rock, this started here. This is Black, this is Black, and I don't know. I think we wanted to talk to someone who's part of that for a really long time, and we finally got the opportunity to. Young Black artist currently based in Brooklyn, from Buffalo, Quinton Brock, and I think he makes super dope music, but makes music that very much so is rock and is very much so all about making music that just feels natural to him, regardless of whatever sort of expectation is there. And I honestly think bending genres and just doing whatever feels right and comes natural and being raw in that way. And it was sort of refreshing to see. So we had an interview with him and got to sort of talk to him. And we sort of started there about how he feels to be a part of this sort of new wave of super dope Black rock acts.
If you think I'm nervous, it's because it's probably true. All the things we do lead to this moment, baby. Touch me slow.
Okay, so without further ado, we are with our special guest, a really dope MC and just artist generally, Quinton Brock. Thank you for joining us, man.
Yo, thank you. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here. Real happy to be here.
Bro, so I think the place you want to start with the interview is we've had a lot of conversations on our own on the podcast about sort of this new wave of Black artists that are doing rock and sort of just get off with it and sort of really kind of kill it and make it their own and find success with it. Whether that's Barty Strange or you, or even Nnamdi or Meet Me at the Altar. There's so many artists who are sort of doing that. Do you recognize yourself as part of that new sort of frontier of just dope young Black talent doing this?
What's dope about really all of it for me, I think the coolest part is that rock is a Black genre. Rock music is Black music, from the beginning, from its roots in jazz and soul. It is Black music in its essence. It's something that has been taken and bastardized throughout time, and I think that all that's coming now is a reclamation of that through opportunity, as well as ease of access to create music. Is it's easier to make music now than it ever has been in the past. Before, when an artist wanted to cut a record, and specifically a rock record, you need so much. You need all the instruments, you need the mics, you need the space, the time, all of that. But all of that is a lot easier now through programming drums, or just being able to get into these cheap studio spaces that you can get high quality recordings. I recorded my whole thing in my basement. So to bring it back, about this wave and revitalization of rock music, and specifically within I guess this Black generation of people that are really kind of taking it by the reins. I just see myself as, you know, a member of, you know, that same group that is now just been given a voice though. So I just think there's more opportunity for the voice. So sure, yeah, in so many words, yes. But I just think that now like the opportunity is like here for you to be able to just really see how many people really deal with rock music, like, and really love rock music and want rock music, like within the Black community, has never had the opportunity to really been seen before. But now you have the opportunity for that to be seen more. So I think like, yes, but like, it's also like way overdue and it's been here the whole time type shit. Like,
I love how you like frame that. It's like a reacclimation. Rock has always been like something that was created from Blackness, right? And it's sort of, for such a long time, I feel that kind of almost got lost in a sense, where like the roots, like what rock was actually connected to, got kind of blurred. And now I feel like it's been nice to see so many, like, I feel just young people generally like more tapped into that. I'm wondering, like, with you, is that something you've always just been into, or like how did you yourself, like, I guess, discover or rediscover that like this is a genre that resonates with you and that is us?
Yeah, for sure. I like to say that, like, for me personally, you know what I mean? I feel like I got to walk the middle path growing up. Like, you know what I mean? I like to say I'm a suburban like Kodak Black. Like, you know what I mean? Kodak not my favorite, but like I'm a suburban like Kodak though. Like, you know what I mean? When I was, you know, cooling with my pops and, you know, on my pop side, like I got to like really have that real, you know, suburban upbringing, like chilling, like, you know what I mean? I went to like the suburban good school in Buffalo out in the suburbs and stuff like that. And then when I was over with my mom's, it was just, I say a little bit more cultured. You know what I mean? We was a little bit more cultured at mom's house, down over at, you know, she's still living in the suburbs for most of the time, but it was, you know, just going back and forth. And I was really raised in the church. So it was like this Antioch Fire Baptized little storefront church in Buffalo, like down. And if anybody from Buff check out the pod, you already know what time it is. You know what I mean? We was over there down on Michigan Ave, back in the old Michigan Ave. So y'all know what's up. We was over there. But yeah, so down there, you know, I got to really kind of see everything. And that's where I really started playing music and everything. But I was coming out here in the suburbs. So it was like my influence was just all the white boys, all the white kids out there playing like all the bands, you know. You know, I was really drawn to that music just because of like the place that I was at. Like that's what everybody was listening to. Blink-182, My Chemical Romance, Sum 41, like all them bands, like, you know, but I was still sitting there listening to like 50 Cent and like all like the shit that was cool to me. And then you know, my bro pulled up on me. He was like, "Bro, you heard about this dude named Pharrell?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't never heard of this." And he showed me all that stuff. And that shit blew my mind because I was like, yo, this is like what it is. I was like, yo, this brother that's doing the rock music and he like making the shit fly with the 808 kicks and the shit go hard, and he riding the bike. So that's why when you see me in the To the Moon video, I'm riding the bike in the start joint, because it's just like my little homage to P. Like that's my whole thing. Like, you know, it's really kind of giving credit where credit is due, because, you know, he was the first person to like kind of show me that. So I feel like that's when I was like in like elementary school. Like I was like a little bit like when I saw that, and I was like, oh wow. So like I just wanted to skateboard and be like Pharrell. I just wanted to be Skateboard Q, like my whole shit. I had an AIM name. I was Skateboard Q on AIM. So like I feel like I've been into it forever. And then when I started doing music, like really doing music, it was like in high school. I was trying to make like, you know, like first I was playing jazz for real, because I was just heavy into just like playing. Like I went to like Allstate and did all like the music shit. So I was playing jazz shit, and I thought I was gonna be like, you know, I'm like pulling up. I was sneaking out my parents' house to go do jazz gigs downtown, like just like singing and like playing all these cuts like at these little hotels and shit. And I was playing at the mall and stuff too, just playing where I could play. And then I started rapping. I was in like this rap group and this is in Buffalo, right? But see, here's the thing about Buffalo, like, you know what I mean? Every time I get a little opportunity, a little something, I'm gonna spit some game. Like, I'm gonna definitely give some keys out to some people. So like these second tier cities, like right now we in New York, right? Or I'm in Brooklyn. So like all the venues here, unless you want to play at some like, you know, some side off bar or some shit. But like if you want to play like some real venue, like where you trying to really open up for somebody that's gonna really like do something for you, like a real touring artist or something like that. It's all Live Nation venues, so you have to have an agent. You're playing the national game. But when you get to these like second tier, third tier cities, Buffalo, Syracuse, Ithaca, just speaking about upstate New York or Ohio, we're talking Cleveland, even Pittsburgh. You can get in at Pittsburgh too. So cats in Pittsburgh. I'm just thinking about Northeast, but you know, when you get to those cities, the venues are all independent vendors that are buying out these contracts for these shows from the talent agents and from the booking agents. So if you get in with these like one or two guys that are running the venues in your town, you can play and open up for all the shows. So that's how these kids are racking up their thing. So me personally, when I started rapping, because Buffalo is a second tier city, there's no Live Nation venues. So I only had to meet 3 people to be able to play in Buffalo and Niagara Falls and Rochester. So I've opened up for like Pusha T, Wale, Odd Future, even like White Boys, Mike Stubb, Watsky, Girl Talk, Mod Sun on the rock shit. I opened up for you name it. If they came through Buffalo, New York from 2011 to 2016, I opened up for them.
Wow.
Like damn near every single show.
So you've been doing this for a minute. Like you've been out here working, because that's like a long time. So when did you exactly start, I guess, really sort of like doing shows and like pushing it and like kind of doing that? Because you mentioned you played like a lot when you were younger. Like it seems like you've just been, this has sort of just been a part of you for a long time.
Yeah. I just, yeah, man. So it's just like I started doing that. So I was like working, playing all these shows, and I was in like a little rap crew, like running around, me and my homie, and then my older brother is a musician as well. His name is John Babb, and he makes his music is out of this world. So that's like me and him. So we was living in the crib, and then, you know, the rap shit in Buffalo, you know, this is before Westside Gun and Conway really popped, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean, all respect, all love to the Fly God, but them niggas even left and went to Atlanta and got shit moving down there and brought it back to the town to get the town hot. There was nothing going on in the city. Like, it was very, very bleak. There was one rock band named Made Violent that got a deal with Columbia and got a tour to go open up for Wolf Alice. And that's because they were managed by the one guy who ran one of the talent agencies down in Buffalo. So one of the one guys that can give you all the shows was their manager. So that's how they got on. But their music is still out of this world. Like it's sick rock music, all the power to them. But you know, you see the play, which is fire, you know, because I'm a fan of the business as much as I'm a fan of the music. So there was nothing going on with my rap music. It was real hard. You know, I got blocked by Rob Markman, like for trying to like hit him up to try to like get him. Like he blocked me on Twitter and shit. And so for that, I then was just like, I don't really want to do the rap thing no more. So then I looked at my bro and I was just like, yo, you trying to just make some easy rock music that's just simple. Just because we both play all the instruments, we will play everything, so we would just trade in the instruments back and forth and just record everything in my crib. From there, I just put it up on SoundCloud just because I thought, I was just like, whatever, the shit was on SoundCloud. My older brother put out a song called Close. That song got retweeted by Sango, who's like a pretty big producer. So Sango and my brother are friends from time. Sango retweets Close. I get hit up by a pretty prevalent indie label at the time, who also had some pretty cool artists on their roster. It was a boutique label. But at the time, the label hosted Sir, Knowledge, Mind Design, just like some guys who would become really big hitters in the like the indie beat space community. You know, so with the industry, you got to kind of take what you can get, especially, again, I come from a second tier city. So it's not like I'm playing the national game in New York. I have to like kind of make trips and run around and stuff. So when I get a bleak of hope, I just got to take what I can get. So I took the opportunity that was presented in front of me for my surf rock group. From there, I was still in Buffalo, and I'm still like just like putting out my record. Like I wrote a whole surf rock album with my brother. We put this record out, not with the original indie label. I put out a demo with them. But in that time, I, you know, came back and forth from the city, got some friends over at like Spotify and a couple other cool places. Spotify really took care of me for the release of my surf rock record. I was like one of the first artists featured as the cover of Fresh Finds and like all that. This is like 2017. Which was cool. And then from that time, then I moved to New York. My bro fell in love with Anna Wise. Him and Anna had beautiful baby girl, my niece. My brother, as a storybook ending, goes off and lives in the mountains with the love of his life and his new family. And I was stuck in Buffalo, New York by myself. So I'm sitting there. So I was like, fuck it, I'm moving to New York City, dropped everything, came to New York with $500 in my pocket. Fucking just moved into this space, moved into like this little spot. Was running around here. Then I'm gonna give y'all all the keys too. After I was living there for a short, I signed with Astronautico, which was like a cool, another, you know, prevalent beat space place. Cause you know, I got like the name from the beat space stuff before. So like people kind of knew who I was. So I was able to get in with the Astro guys, and shouts out to Sam, Paul, Bennett, you know, beautiful people. Like they took real good care of me. And so put out that record with them. That shit was cool. And that was like my first EP down here. I did with my boy Wolfie, and I was like, all right, cool. That was like more like R&B, kind of like singing stuff. But I was like, you know, I wanted to get back to the rock shit because I feel like that's where like, you know, I felt the most comfortable. That's where like I was really able to like really kind of step out and like kind of really be myself. So then I had some songs that I had written before that I was like, I don't really like these no more. So I scratched those, and then I wrote my album. Then I sent it over to B Bartiz. Bartiz was like, yo, this fire. He sent it over to, you know, Jamie and the No Earbuds people. Jamie hit me, was like, yo, this is fire. I was like, yo, I'm a fan of y'all. You know, I just love everything y'all do. And, you know, it's kind of been like the story ever since. So that kind of brings everybody up to like where I'm at like right now, I think, you know, after putting out those 2 songs.
Yeah. And like, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead now.
Okay. I was going to say, it sounds like you've been on like quite a journey in terms of like your come up in terms of getting to where you are at now. I was just going to ask, you know, you spoke about how like you were originally in a rap group and you were doing the rapping thing, and then obviously you moved into jazz and rock. Was there ever any hesitancy to like transition into that? Because, you know, you see a lot of young artists like, you know, I got to do this because this is what I'm most comfortable with. And then there's this, it's difficult to like blend all those elements that you enjoy, whether it's, you know, hip hop, rock, jazz. Like a lot of people want to do it, but it's difficult. That's why you don't see a lot of artists doing that. So, was there any hesitancy in that? And how did you, you know, kind of find your sound and kind of blend in a way that worked for you?
I don't think there was hesitancy for me because I was making the majority of my rap music. When I was doing rap shit, I didn't really see myself as like a producer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was never really the one. Like, I always kind of looked at it like my boy was making beats, and then I was just rapping over the beats, and I was always just writing the songs, like rapping over them. And I would tell him if I wanted different sounds and stuff like that, and I would play little keys or add a couple sounds here and there. But it really wasn't anything like I wasn't producing. And I wasn't driving any of the sessions or like any of that, like actually working the computer and stuff. But that was before I even knew that being an engineer was a separate job in itself. I just always thought the producer and the engineer were the same person. Like I didn't realize there's somebody in there whose job is just to run the computer. So like, I don't know, it's a lot more heady. But so I don't think there was any hesitation for me, because once my boy moved that I was doing the majority of my rap shit with, he moved away. And so like, it was kind of like, I ain't had no other option. Like it was like, if I'm either going like, pull up and I'm about to start doing this music like myself and start producing songs and like writing these songs on my guitar myself, or like I'm not about to have no career in music. Like, cause ain't no one about to do this for me. Like I think that I'm a real classic story of like hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. I don't think, me personally, like I play all the instruments, but I'm not like a player's player. Like my music itself, it's not like my brother is an artist. Like he's writing songs. Like I have one song that's in like 9/8 on my record, so it's counted at like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Like, you know what I mean? But like again, like that's like the most like heady music thing that I'm doing on my record. But like my brother, like the whole thing is in like 7/8, 6 like 6/14. Like he's really pushing the boundaries, and he wrote a free jazz record. So that's why when I think about like heady music, like musician, I know that I don't fall into that category. So like the music and the songs that I write are very simple and like they're right here. So, and I think that was even easier for me to accomplish than to do like rap stuff. And I actually feel more comfortable in it because like it just feels good. It's just all about the feeling. So if anything, I'm a lot happier making the music that I make right now. It's like really easy.
I've seen in like different interviews and stuff that you've done that you said you want to like change rock music forever. It's like,
that was the tagline. That was the tagline. Like we ran that. We ran with the tagline, and you know what? You know, y'all boys. This is a beautiful opportunity, man. This is a beautiful opportunity. This is why I like y'all. This is why I really like y'all, man. Look, that was last year's tagline, and y'all see the T is still available. Okay, so right here, all three of y'all can hop online. It's the link in bio. Y'all can cop one too. You know what I mean? It's right there. It's available. I got all y'all signed. But we said we was gonna change rock music forever. And I think that was just kind of like really it was an awareness campaign that I wanted to start grassroots, push it up, and give people something that they can hold on to. You know what I mean? Every single thing that people see, whether you're black or white or however you grew up, there are certain stigmas that are surrounded with rock music that people see. Even right now, when you know what I mean. A lot of these cats that's doing the rock music thing right now, they, especially when they black, like they throw on like the eyeliner and the tight clothes and the all black, and it's like a caricature. And a lot of times I just want even those kids to be able to just be themselves, just be who you want to be, like just be you. Like I'm just cool on white tee, little thing. Use Drippy, the Apple Watch, but that's just me. You know what I mean? With the AirPods, that's cute. That's how I do it. You know what I mean? But I can still go out there and do the rock shit. I want a kid to be able to, like the rock music, rock some dope streetwear shit with the Panther on it, some shit that they think is hard, and feel the same listening to their rock music and not feel like they have to be something else or be something that they never were. So I think that it's just about social perception was the key of the awareness campaign that I created. And it was cool, man. It got me, to these interviews here, got me some really cool friends and people that have come into my life that share the same goal and really feel so passionate about rock music the same way. So I think it was a real beautiful time. Right now I'm turning that. You know what I mean? Can't let everything live forever. I can't be defined by that. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of flipping it, and I ain't dropped my new shit yet because it's coming with my album. But don't worry, we got a new catchphrase coming too. So there's a new one in the books, man. There's a new one. We ain't dropped it yet. So we gotta wait till we dead stocked on these. So you know what I mean? Cop those.
I do. So I want to ask you, because one, I thought that campaign was really dope. I do want to say that because I do think y'all are changing rock music. So I do, that's being accomplished. But I also want to talk about some of your music because we've definitely all like been listening, and I want to talk about the Get Money Squad too for a second, because I noticed you did say rock just felt more comfortable for you, and on that project, that's one thing that you noticed, like the chemistry between y'all. Just the fact it feels like you like this is just what y'all know what you're doing, you know. But you also have Scooter, which I did notice was like a noticeable sort of like shift from that sound. So, you know, just talk about more like just making those projects and like, you know, your favorite parts of like just rock and like how, you know, just the song production creation process.
Okay, cool. Y'all got music? Y'all make music?
I mean,
not like you make music. Not like you make music.
Y'all just going. Oh, but you make music.
Play instruments, but I don't make music.
We dabble a little bit, but nothing like major.
What do you play? What do y'all play?
I play like piano a little bit, but that's mostly it. Then I used to play like French horn, but I let that go.
French horn is the hardest instrument to play.
That's why I keep telling you.
I know. we let that go for that reason.
I played piano and cello and guitar.
Okay, cello, you got a bass.
Yeah,
okay, come on, I see that. That's what's up. Oh, okay. So yeah, all right, cool. Word. All right, cool. Cause I never know it, like, you know, I like to know who I'm talking to, because like then when I'm talking about like time signatures and stuff, y'all gonna understand what I'm talking about. It's not gonna be nothing crazy. All right. Okay. So here we go. Let's see. We talk about the Get Money Squad.
Yeah, just like that. How did that just come together?
All right. The Get Money Squad, I was sitting there broke, you know what I mean? Trapping. You know what I mean? Sitting there cooling. We in Buffalo. And it was summertime. And I listen to a lot of indie rock. So like even if you listen to like my and I think, to be honest with you, do y'all know who the band Cute Is What We Aim For is? They were originally from Buffalo. They was touring with Fall Out Boy and Gym Class Heroes. Yo, shouts out to Travis, shouts out to the Bass Squad, shouts out to my niggas, man. Shouts out to T, man. Yo, shouts out to West. But you know, I had my first song I ever recorded, in the basement where Cute Is What We Aim For recorded they shit too. It was this kid, and his brother was working for Warner at the time. So it was just on some crazy shit. So it's like that pop punk rock shit been with me since like day one. I stayed listening to that shit just because like that's just where I was at. Like, you know what I mean? So I was just like, yo, let's just make some rock shit. John had made Let It Happen, or he was making Let It Happen. He was in the process of it. He had only had a couple guitar songs. And then we made the Get Money Squad shit. And then that's when he was like, oh, okay, this is actually, he was like, boom, boom, boom. That's my man. So he was making a lot of shit though. And it was just easy guitar songs, straight, you know, like if you listen to this Get Money Squad record, and honestly, if you listen to my album too, like I'm gonna drop the song, but like niggas can learn how to play the guitar off it, because like it's just so simple. The songs, all the riffs are so simple because I'm a beginner player, so like the music sounds like beginner music, like, you know, and that's where it is, that's where it lives. Especially the Get Money Squad stuff. Like it's simple. Now it gets heady because John Bapp is the one who's doing these chords. Like, you know what I mean? He's the one who's like, oh, okay, actually, like I'll do this, and he's like, put your finger there. I'm like, all right, cool. And it sounds crazy, different. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, cool. He's a nutty professor. But yeah. So I think in so many words, like it's just like very simple. It's for me, it's the process is simple. I literally just be picking up this song. I was just in there with Akai Solo. I was in the studio with Solo, and he was like, bro, you just Russian roulette in the rock song. And I was like, yeah, I literally I choose a bunch of chords. I make the sections real fast. All the songs get written in 10, 15 minutes. I wrote To the Moon in 20 minutes. I wrote all the songs are done in 10, 15 minutes. I write my whole
album. How long did it take you to to write Touch?
Like an hour. The song is done.
Wow.
The song, I do the whole song and I play all the instruments. So I'll write the song, I'll play all the instruments, I'll just do everything in one sitting.
Wait, in that order though? I'm sorry, this is where I'm curious. So like in that order, you doing all this?
Yeah.
Like you're writing and then you start like playing an instrument, or do you ever like, or is it that you're playing an instrument, it comes to you, then you start writing, or is it normally you write, pick an instrument?
I'm not really into doing things 2 times. And I think that's been, you know, if, you know, we're having like honesty time on the podcast, you know.
Of course.
If you know, podcasting is therapy, you know.
We keep it real.
Yeah, facts. If it's if I don't like to do things 2-3 times, I think that's been, you know, one of my issues, because like I feel like there's some songs that if I would have spent time on them, they might have seen the light of day, but I just like will not spend no time on it. So like even on my record, there's voice memos of songs, and you hear voice memos on all my albums of things and little ideas that I think are cool. Even on Scooter, like Black Hands Up, like the emoji joint, like that's just like a first cut. I do everything on the first take. If I don't, then I just get bored with it. I don't like it. So that's why all the songs get written so fast, because I can't sit with them. Even with my bandmates, so I'll write the whole song and I'll teach it to my band. I record their first run through, just because I'm not trying to sit there all night and listen to it, if I'm being honest. So I'm just gonna record the first run through and I just cut it up and then just sound how it sounds. That's why it sounds so raw and it's so open and it's so loose. All my music is so loose. I just get really, really high level players. I get the highest level players I can. So that's why all my players, all my boys is the GOATs, but it's their first passes, so it sounds a little sloppy. So that's how I really kind of run that shit. So like that's why everything sounded the way it sounded, because like if I'm in the studio and I'm writing a song, it's gonna go boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. I mean, I think that comes through in the music, because then it just feels like real as a listener. At least that's how. Yeah, it just feels. Yeah, you know, that rawness is something that I think your fans appreciate, and you know, I appreciated listening to it. You know, something, you know, going through your discography and whatnot. It sounds like you're not gonna make the same project twice. You know, you're not gonna be repetitive in terms. Obviously, it's, you know, evolution. You're growing. You're adding new things to your music, but you're not gonna make the same project twice. Going into this next project that you alluded to, is there anything different or new sounds you're trying to create? Was there any, you know, what was the process of trying to create a new sound with an album? Because, you know, something that I like asking artists is, you know, when they're going from one album to another, it's like a different process each time. What's been your process with this new project that you have coming out soon, sometime? So yeah.
First thing, you know what I mean? We need some good kush. Okay, we need some weed, the best weed that we possibly can ascertain. I got a Colorado contact right now. He take care of me. You know what I mean? Shouts out to him.
Make sure the environment's right. You know, I feel it.
You know, our you know what I mean? Our current governor, Kathy Hochul, said, you know what I mean, fellow Buffalonian, she from Buffalo as well, said, ain't nothing wrong with marijuana, man. So, you know what I mean? Shouts out to that. Good cut. I think that, you know, as far as like songwriting and stuff, I'm very I sit down and I just do the shit. It's just like I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm about to write the whole album, so I'm about to write the album. As far as like new sounds and stuff, I feel like y'all ain't no one really heard what I sound like. You know what I mean? Yet. You know what I mean? So everything is gonna be a new sound, because like the Get Money Squad shit was like me and my bro, and that was real surf rock bedroom. Like, you know what I mean, broke Claro type shit. Like, you know what I mean, broke black boy Claro. That's what the Get Money Squad is. And like Scooter was me chasing John Bapp. That was me chasing my older brother. Like, you know, and also like even the album ends with John and Anna's voice saying, "Quinton, where are you?" You know what I mean? Because like the whole record was me coming to terms with, for so long I had chased my older brother and wanted to be like Mike. I wanted to be like my big bro, like to make music as good as him, and be the heady person. And so Scooter I linked up with Wolfie, who's one of the headiest players I know, and me and him just wrote those songs and got all the weird times. And I got Pink Seafood. If you listen to my record, I Gotcha is a forgotten verse off Ensley. So Pink Seafood's Ensley, I Gotcha is a hidden cut off Ensley.
We was running no shoes, trying to hit the moon. Niggas scared to talk, everything taboo. We was learning understanding. Niggas demand more than they handed. Tell me something. If I don't see the cops, I ain't running. We was standing. Love got me planted. Mama planting.
That I have on Scooter. Niggas don't know that. There you go. Give y'all that for the pop.
No, I heard, we heard the song on Scooter because I was like, yo, he has a pink seafood. Like,
yeah, and that's what got our ears going. We were like, oh,
and we were like,
seafood.
wait. I was literally
right
bro.
before the.
That's like what's up.
How well, that? Yeah,
I want to ask about that. Like, pink seafoods are really, a lot of. He puts out a lot of music. He's really. I'm trying to think of the exact word. It doesn't matter, but prolific. Exactly. He's a really prolific artist. Puts out a lot of music. What was that? How'd you get that connection with him? Because he's a guy that's been doing it for a minute with the underground rap music.
Man, shouts out to Seafood, man. He I moved to the city, I moved to New York, and that dude, just like him and Truey, Haji and the Og Boys, and Pink Seafood just took care of me, like ran me around, took me out, introduced me to everybody. Like I met Pink Seafood at Nick Hakim's house, so I was kicking it over. I was over there, this kind of cool. Like, if y'all know who these people are, but the people who know will know it's a dope night. I'm at Nick Hakim's house with Anna Wise, John Bapp, Terrence Nance, and Pink Seafood. That's the party. Like, and Naima, for those who know, that was the party like that night. So and Ginla, John Nellen, like that was the night. It was a cool night. So that's how I met Seafood. I was still living in Buffalo at the time, and then me and him just clicked. Like, that's just my bro. Like, we just been cool ever since. Like, and I moved here, and he just took me around, introduced me to everybody, and we just do mad music. Me and him got mad songs. We got mad songs. I got a Pink Seafood song on my next album too. Me and him, we linked up. That shit go crazy too.
That's
so
super dope.
Can I ask, what is the next album like? Can you give us a general sense of what's to come? The singles so far have been, I've messed with all the singles. They've been like pretty banging rock tracks. It's like, is that what we have in store?
I think that my album, honestly, and it's hilarious, is you be looking back at stuff, but I'm excited to be able to look back to this podcast in like 10 years just to be like, yo, I really thought I was the shit. But honestly, I believe in my heart of hearts, I honestly believe my album is the best rock album since This Is It. It's like since like The Strokes, This Is It. Like, definitely, like, it's hands down the best like rock record I've ever heard in my life. But and I just live so close to it. I'm so close to it. And I think that, me caring about it as much and, thinking as highly of it as I do, for me, it's just because it's the most I've ever put myself into something. So you can listen to the end of my album from start to finish and you can know who I am. There's a lot of things that happened in the album and that happened in my life that, are there. Is like a Black experience through rock music, and I believe that because rock music is, again, a genre that has been stolen and bastardized through time, the stories of Black voices within, it's within rock music and within the genre are very important. So not specifically just my story, but hearing stories similar to mine are really important. That's why I think it's so good, just because for the time. And I believe that it'll be a stamp. Now every stamp, like I like, one of my favorite artists of all time is Jay Retard. And he if y'all not familiar with his work, y'all should, check it out. Like, the shit's crazy. His story is insane. And like, the dude was raised in a home for the mentally ill, used to get bullied like crazy. They used to call him, tell him he lived at the retard house. So then he called his band the Retards, and he assumed the name Jay Retard, like to be able to do that. And, you know, I'm not really a big fan. I don't use that word. I only use it within that context when I'm speaking about his name. He since has died. He overdosed. But his story is crazy. And I think that he was one of the world's last true rock stars, to be honest. But I think that, you know, seeing that and what he did for rock music and where it was, like, in relation, you know, kind of to like my record, you will be able to definitely kind of hear the influence, I think, from there. So that's somebody who definitely influenced me. But yeah.
Max, who are your other influences?
Yo, I love the Strokes. I just met Jules. I met Jules for the first time at Shaky Knees. Dude is incredible. Gave me his number. We was back there taking pictures. We was all doing all the pictures. He let everybody take all the pictures they wanted. Motherfucker felt like Mickey Mouse. I could tell. He was a good guy, though. He was a good guy. He was cool as fuck. Made all the funny faces with me. So, yeah, I really fuck with Jules. Julian Casablancas and the Strokes, like, all them niggas, they real good people over there. Portugal, the man, for sure, man. John Gurley, the whole band, man. Portugal, the man. I met them at Shaky Knees for the first time. You know what I mean? And those dudes, their music is out of this world. John, the nicest guy you ever meet in your entire life. And, you know, the thing about it is, you know, you grow up listening to these bands and seeing these people, and then, you know, they say you should never meet your idols. You know what I mean? I grew up knowing you should never meet your idols and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, you know, I'm from Buffalo. Like, niggas don't give a fuck, like, about nothing. Like, everybody's a fucking dirtbag, grimy motherfucker in the town. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I just assume everybody a dirtbag when I meet them, for lack of better terms. So it's kind of just like I'd be expecting the worst in people. So when I meet people, I only see the best. You know what I mean? Because I know everybody has darkness. Everybody has a shadow. You know, so, like, when I meet these real big people, I don't expect nothing of them because they don't owe me nothing. You know what I mean? I just like to, you know, meet them and, you know, thank them. Obviously, I met Kanye West. Kanye West, one of my biggest inspirations. I love Kanye. You know, and, you know, when I met Kanye, like, again, like, he was just, you know, just humble, honest. You know what I mean? It was cool. It was over at Talib Kweli's birthday party with, like, Dave Chappelle and Busta Rhymes. And, you know, Chris Rock was there. That shit was cool too. Chris is a real nice guy. But it was a cool time. You know, me and Ye put a lot of things in perspective for me. You know what I mean? You know, I really don't like to say anybody influenced me until I meet him in real life, because, like, I like to know who a man is, you know, until I like to see somebody and meet them in the eye before I can say that they influenced my life. Like, I have a lot of people, I'm fans of their music and shit who I listen to. Like, I love the Pixies and stuff, and I saw them in concert, but until I see how a man speaks to another person or looks at me when they see him and I can look them in the eye, I can't really say they influenced my life. Like, you know, like, again, like I said, like, the Og Boys ran around me, Haji, Flacco, ASAP, like, you know, I did ASAP 12's outro on his album with his moms, like, you know, so shouts out to all ASAP boys. They really took care of me here in New York. So definitely, like, you know, I really like to see how people treat other people, you know what I mean? But, you know, as far as, like, the music is concerned, musically, when I'm playing, like musically, I listen to, like, mumble rap and shit. Like, my most listened to record was the Trippie Redd album. Like, holy fucking smokes, I got my money up. Like, I'm trying to, like, get lit. When I'm listening to music, I don't like to be thinking about it, because I think when I'm working on music, I'm thinking about it. So, like, musically, I'm influenced by just, like, lit shit that's about the feeling. But, like, personally, as far as, like, the artists are concerned, it's really just, like, the people I met in real life.
I mess with that. I mess with that a lot. And I think that logic will serve you well. Because that's, like, yeah, you dropped a couple quotes in there. I was listening to you. I was letting you, like, throw out all the gems. But I guess my last question for you, you already mentioned that a little earlier, you can't wait to, like, look back at this podcast. So in 1 year, you know, where do you think you'll be, but, like, what do you hope to be able to look back and tell your old self in 1 year?
You know, in 1 year, a year from today, you know what's crazy? And I think about this a lot, because, like, you know, a year ago, I put forth some ideas, some goals for myself, and I achieved a lot of those things. You know, I was able to do a lot of those things. You know, like I got to play Shaky Knees Fest. We sold out Brooklyn Steel over there with Mark Ribley. Shouts out to Mark, great dude. Put Out Touch, got another song out. I think that a lot of my goals for a lot of my life, and something, my shorty was just talking to me about too, and she was like, yo, you need to work on this. And I was like, you know what, you right, baby, I need to go therapy. I need to start talking to somebody, I'm gonna get right, baby. But one of my goals is I want to be able to like really feel accomplished in the accomplishments of the everyday, if that makes sense. Every day, you get to wake up and decide who you want to be and the person you want to be in the morning. Of course, you have the influence of the past and yesterday, the memories and the effects of yesterday will affect today, but you still get to decide who you are in the morning when you wake up. A year from today, I really hope to be able to wake up in the morning and just like be happy. I just want to be I'm looking for happiness, and this is the first time that my goal isn't around accolades, because like before, if you'd have talked to me, it was like, yo, I got to be verified. I got verified, boom, where am I? Same spot. Boom, I gotta get on MTV. I get on MTV, boom, where I say I gotta meet Kanye West. Once I meet Kanye West, I'm gonna be on. Meet Kanye West, boom, still the same shit. Like, you know what I mean? So now I realize that, I'm thinking about, less goals that are based in, material belongings, and more so based on my spirit and how I feel personally. And I'm looking for happiness. So whatever that picture may look like for me, like a year from now, and hopefully I'll have an album out. So I know I'm gonna be happy once my album's out.
This man dropping gems.
Yes, gems, and I look forward to your album. I really do. I can't wait to hear it because I've liked all the singles. I know we've liked all the singles. We've like spent the last week watching all the videos you've dropped, and have had lively discussions about them. But we're all very big fans.
Thank you. And I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I'm just beyond as being a general fan. I think we're all just very appreciative of like you said, what you just represent with this sort of reminder that there shouldn't be a stigma around rock, because this is ours. This is Blackness. I really I like seeing that. I think I know it's always been around, but you didn't see it for such a while, such a long time. And I genuinely appreciate you being a part of that. And I've messed with all your music again. So, man, thank you for joining us. Thank you for talking to us, bro, and giving.
Thanks, man.
Yo, thank y'all. When's this air? When's this air?
Ooh. He
put
us on the spot.
31st, Monday the 31st.
Or this air wait, so not this Monday, but the Monday after?
Yeah.
Okay, bow. Hey, y'all go pre-save my new single right now. Pre-save that shit.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's there for you. The new single. Go pre-save that joint. It's out. Because we recorded this shit before, but now it's out. So now the song not out, but you can pre-save that single right this second. And it's called There For You, and it's gonna be fire. Yo, I'm gonna send y'all the pre-save link, and not the pre-save, the preview link, so y'all can check out the song before it come out.
Oh, bet. Thank you. Oh,
look, man, we need a one of them bombs. You know what I'm saying? One of the clue bombs.
We really did.
We need one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Can't wait to hear that, man. I cannot wait to hear that.
That's super dope.
We tapped in, man. We was in here doing some potting, and look, we gotta come back, man. We gonna come back when the album.
We got you.
1,000%.
We gonna come back. We're gonna come back when the album come out, man. Come around, we're gonna tap back in, man. I fuck with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all again. Thank you for having me.
We gonna come back. See, I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna remind you.
You see? Say less.
No, I'm serious, yo. I just be at the crib. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, trying to do things for happiness, things that make me feel good. Y'all making me feel good, feel at home right here in 97 pod. Y'all already know what it is. We home, baby.
Yo, that was such a raw, authentic, great interview to open up, I think, our season 3, which is still weird to say, our season 3.
Yeah.
Season 3, year 3. Yeah, man, Quinton Brock.
A lot of energy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
A lot of energy. he dropped a lot of gems, gave a lot of life advice. Like obviously we talk
Yeah.
music and whatnot, but like he was being really, really, really real about what he goes through, and just things he wants to work on himself, not just musically, just like personally. Like he really opened up to us, and we appreciate that.
Very candid about like his place too, like in his music, and I think he has a bright future.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely. So I know we're all awaiting what he has coming. I doubt he teased some stuff, and I just know it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely keep in touch with him, and be sure to look out for some of his songs on our playlist, because the 97 Demo playlists are officially back. Be sure to follow us, because there's definitely going to be more interviews like this with more dose people throughout this season. We can't wait to share what we have lined up. It's some exciting stuff. Stuff.
We're hyped. We're hyped to be back.
Excited.
Okay. Newsletter's coming back too, so be on the lookout for that. That should be dropping this week, this Friday. This Friday.
Get it right. Get it right.
Yeah, look at me. Almost messing up our schedule. But definitely look out for that. And yeah, thank you for listening this far, and I think we'll see you next week.